Hi everyone, and welcome to my live show. So I don't know if anyone's around at this time. Just have to say, excuse the growling in the background. It's not my boyfriend or anything. It's a little dog that I'm taking care of. And it's playing with its toy. So hi everyone, and oh gosh, I saw this picture and I was trying to look in between the lines. Oh, well, not looking between the lines, looking at the picture and and excuse me, and I'm reading into this photograph because this is the new. Apparently, this is the new Fab Four. Apparently, this is the new Fab Four. If you saw the photograph, okay. This is the new Fab Four. And this is the Prince of Swords, which is a radical change, okay? A radical change of routine. So that's what that card means. But the radical change in this situation is actually Prince Charles and Camilla and Kate and William then is now the new Fab Four. I mean, the first Fab Four wasn't that great anyway, was it? I don't feel this one is either. I don't feel that this one is either. So do they even get along? Because I think I did a reading previously that there is they don't get on, they don't get along, and that, you know, there is this like, oh, the majority of the public would feel that William and Kate would be the better king and queen, and that Charles should be bypassed. Because I've read into this photograph psychically, and I can tell you that what I read into this photograph, you know, as it looks to me, and in fact, I had to do a reading on this. Is that they don't get along, but we will look at this. They're doing it for the Queen. They're doing it for the Queen of England. This radical change is the Queen's idea. It's like the Queen is saying, you know, ew, we need to, you know, this is the monarchy is crumbling, so we need some different kind, you know, a different kind of Fab Four here. Can you four not get together and act as if you really get along? So I feel this was ordered by the Queen. It's it's to replace the Fab Four. It's all a damn joke. I mean, what are you doing, monarchy? Because it's obvious that you're trying to forget about Meghan and Harry and slim down the monarchy. You know, it's about these four: Prince William and Charles and Camilla and Kate. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, guys, but I feel that this is crazy. So somebody had to do something. Because it's like, you know, we're trapped in this situation that we can't get out of. So we're trapped in the monarchy. We're trapped in this establishment that we cannot get out of it. So we have to get along, or make out that we get along, or make out that we get along. So I do get the King of Wands. Why is he there in the past position? Why is Prince Charles in the past position? Well, I pick up here that Prince Charles feels some kind of threat that, well, he feels as if he's never going to get on the throne. And I do pick up here that on that photograph anyway, what I picked up energy wise was Charles is just sick and is just fed up with Camilla, you know. And I don't want to, I will do that on Patreon, why he's fed up of Camilla, if you want to follow that up. But I read it in that I felt the energies from that photograph of the four of them. And it's like he's tired of her. He's tired of Camilla. I feel there's a little bit of early Alzheimer's here. This is what I pick up. And he didn't expect that. How are you going to be the future queen if you're going to have full-blown Alzheimer's and sitting next to me as my queen consort? Because there is some kind of little dottiness here. Somebody's losing their marbles. It's not the queen. No, it's not the queen. Well, oh my goodness. So I get here the star card. And the star card, well, Prince Charles hopes that, his popularity will soar. And, he can take over from, Charles can take over, or William can take over from Harry and Meghan. And keeping to the tradition card here. But the tradition is boring. The tradition is boring to most of the public. They want to, the public want to kind of spice things up. They don't want this boringness here. Yes, Kate and William, he has like a very kind of modern kind of way of taking things forward. But the four of them together, it doesn't mix. I don't feel that mixes. In fact, if I could speak to Charles or William or their courtiers, stop that, okay? It kind of does not work. It does not work, because this Fab Four that you're bringing onto the public of these four, it's, you can see in Kate's face, she's grimacing. You can see in William's face, I really don't want to do this. You can see in Charles's face that I want to be the next king, but I can't. How can I get that when I've got that woman in tow? Well, that's what I'm picking up. That's what I'm picking up. If they keep this up with this new Fab Four, it's going to be the death of the royal family. The reason why it's kind of working is because William and Kate are great. They're very popular and people want them to be the next on the throne. They don't want these cronies, Charles and Camilla, on the throne. In fact, I do pick up that intuitively that she's losing her marbles. Charles is getting really tired of trying to have some kind of quality intellectual conversation with her. It's hopeless. And he's turning to his farming friends or people who farm his land, and he goes out alone and he'll go and talk to his shepherd, or he'll go and talk to the person who manages his farms, and he gets out of the way of Camilla. So they don't get on. What I saw from that photograph, it's complete disorder. It just doesn't fit together. It just does not fit together. And they're not They don't get along. They don't get along. I feel they're arch rivals. I feel that Charles and William are arch rivals, and I am going to get on that throne. But how can I with that woman in tow? William, on the other hand, has a great wife, has great children, and is very popular. So how is he going to get on the throne and be popular? And not only that, he's getting quite old, and he's 70. What, another 5 years he'll be 75. And then this Alzheimer's, and there's nothing wrong with Alzheimer's, okay, but when I've looked after Alzheimer patients when I was a nurse. There's nothing wrong with Alzheimer's. It's a disease. It's very sad, okay. But I don't feel this is Charles's mindset. He was expecting, well, at 75, you've got a wife who's losing her marbles. Anyway, this death knell here, this death knell into the coffin is putting these four together as the new Fab Four. The new Fab Four, guys, the new Fab Four. I mean, it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. They don't get along. They're always battling with each other. And I feel this is William, who is going to win this battle, and Charles is going to have to walk away in shame because of what he did to his sons, to their mother. And I don't want to bring Diana into this, but William is going to win this battle of becoming the next king. I feel that Charles will be the next king, but only for a very short time, and people will want William to be on that throne. There'll be lots of tabloids, news, people gossiping, especially on social media. He doesn't deserve to be on the throne, what he did to Diana and all this kind of thing. And we hate that ugly woman, Camilla. And, look at her. She looks like an old hag. And all of these kind of things. Sorry, that's what's coming through. And I get like, they don't even get along. They don't get along. The sooner that William gets on that throne, the better. Because I get here swiftness. 8 of Wands is swiftness, okay, swiftness. The sooner that William gets on that throne, and Charles is going to feel defeated by his own damn son, and not even looking at what he did to actually cause this rift, with his son, and also the rift with the public. Okay, Charles will come onto the throne, but just for 5 years, and then get him off the throne, get William on the throne, and this will be a new beginning for the UK. Okay, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Now, looking into that photograph there that I put, and analysing that psychically, they don't get along. They're warring against each other. Prince Charles feels, I am the head of this damn family. I am the head of this family. And I've waited so long to be king. And how dare you ask my son bypass me? I don't feel that William is even dreaming of bypassing his father, but William sees his father's failures. William is very intelligent, and he bypasses it, you know, he exceeds his father's intelligence. And his father feels that his own son is a rival. That's what I get here. And as for Camilla, I do feel she's losing her marbles. I feel that she says things that are that was there in the first place, but she never said it. But now she just says it. You know, she just says it, and that's a sign of somebody who's losing their mind. It's when they have no control in what they're thinking and just saying it. So I do get that Kate actually treats it like a pinch of salt, what she says, but she should, if she doesn't, she should, because you see, I don't feel the public will respect Camilla as the Queen Consort. And I'm going to pull out some cards here. Will the public actually respect Camilla as the Queen, as the future Queen? Will the public respect Camilla as the future Queen? Well, I get the Queen. Okay, the Queen. Yes, okay, we get the Queen here, but will the public? She will take over the Queen Elizabeth. She will take over Queen Elizabeth. Is that what she's thinking? Wow, well, that's not going to be very popular, is it? If she feels that she's going to take over Queen Elizabeth. So is she going to be popular? Is she going to be popular? Is she going to be popular? She's going to show that she is very emotional, that she is connected emotionally to the public. She's going to do the opposite to the Queen. She is going to even try too hard to understand everyday people. And I feel they will warm to that. I feel the UK and the rest of the world will warm to that. Well, that's nice that she is trying to relate to the ordinary person in like an emotional way. Now, I did get the Sun card. So the Sun card is the sun is going to be shining on Camilla when she becomes the Queen. When Camilla becomes the Queen. But not for too long, okay? Because I get the Tower. The Tower of Destruction. So it may be that initially she will be welcomed, but the truth of how people feel is like rumbling under the surface there, which is at the bottom here. How people feel, they're not going to say it at the beginning, but it's rumbling under the surface. The Tower card. This is rumbling. People don't like this really, but they're accepting it. They don't like it. They don't like this mistress that's taken over from Diana. So there are these people that hate her because of what she did to Diana. But they are going to take this forward. They are going to take this towards success. And she wants to take this towards success. There'll be lots of celebrate. I feel this is when Charles becomes king. There'll be lots of celebration. And we will accept it at the beginning, but after a while, these rumblings here will start to surface, okay? She's going to take her time to be accepted by the public. She's going to take her time, and but I don't think it's going to be an easy road because, like I said, the swiftness here is that people do not want Charles on the throne because there's this undercurrent of what you did to Diana, what you did to your sons. You know, you're just a mistress. So she is trying to. There's lots of happiness, celebration when they actually do come onto the throne. But I feel that she's just trying to be accepted very slowly. Okay, there is this swiftness. I feel this swiftness is and this is flying through the air. It's doing things very quickly. It's also communications too. But air travel, swiftness here, having to be very strong in this situation where the public are going to be very angry with the Tower card. The foundations of this is going to be very shaky. Yeah, I get the King of Wands. So I don't know. I get the King of Wands. So I get that as Charles. So Charles is going to be the next king. In terms of Camilla, she's going to slowly introduce herself as the next queen consort. But there are these rumblings here. There'll be rumblings, there'll be gossip and rumblings in social media. How dare she? How dare she do this? But they're expecting that anyway. And they're going to celebrate. There's going to be a big celebration when Charles does actually come onto the throne. I feel on the newspapers there'll be throwbacks of them two meeting, and it's all lovely. And how did Charles and Camilla meet, and all this kind of thing. And the other papers will be saying, what about Diana? How would Diana feel about this? What happened to her? And all of this. So it's going to be split. I feel, let's have a look at the tower. Let's have a look at the tower and see where the tower goes with this. Hi everyone, thank you for coming live. Okay, a little bit different from Harry and Meghan. I'm getting sick of that, to be honest. The tower. So the tower is these rumblings. These rumblings, and the public are shaky foundations, and the public are angry when Charles comes into. Is this going to be an uproar of the public, or is this going to kind of calm down? So let's have a look. And I get like in 5 years this will happen. They will come onto the throne. So we're talking about 2025 when Charles is going to be 76 when he comes onto the throne. He's going to be knocking it on a bit, isn't he? And he's like I said, Camilla is losing her marbles. So what's going to be happening here? Well, I do get that, yeah, this is Charles. He's still going to get is what he's waited for many years, although there are these public rumblings here, and he's going to be very happy by taking this role. He's waited so long to be king. He's waited so long to be king. And he's happy to do this alone. And it feels like he's alone doing this because he's going to do a lot of things alone, because I do pick up this Alzheimer's or something mentally wrong with Camilla. So he's going to do a lot of duties alone, and people will like that. But there are, like I said, there is this battle between William and Charles, because the public would like to see William and Kate on the throne, and Charles is having to push back this opposition of the public. And people saying, we don't want you to be king. We want William to be king because what you did to Diana. So there is going to be an outcry, and he's going to be very hurt by this. He's going to be very hurt by this. He feels stabbed in the back. He gets onto the throne, and now he feels stabbed in the back. Would you call this karma? I don't know. Put your comments, okay? So the taxpayers are going to say, I'm not going to pay for this. And juggling the finances here. The public, the public of the UK are saying, look, we're struggling with our finances. Juggling our finances here. And you expect us to pay for this circus? We don't even want this person to be on the throne. But I do get that Prince Charles has waited for this for so long, and he's not going to give it up. And I feel that Prince William is a great person. He will say, look, enjoy it. Enjoy it, Pops. It's your moment. You've waited for this for many years. Just enjoy that moment. But the public are not going to allow him to enjoy this moment of when he becomes king. So no, they're not going to allow him to enjoy this. But Prince Charles hopes that the public will forget all about this. But they haven't forgotten about this. Charles thought that when he married Camilla, that in time the public will forget about Diana and they will accept Camilla. But they haven't, and they're not going to. And I'm not just saying this for my own preference. I'm just saying this because this reading is saying that they're never going to accept Camilla as the queen, the next queen consort. Never. So this is going to be a huge burden for Prince Charles. A huge burden. He can't take his position in life because of his wife. And, I think there's something missing with Charles, because I do feel that he will blame Camilla for this. He's sick of her. He's sick of Camilla. And, I feel that Prince Charles would be happy just to be alone because he's sick of her. And I know that's really harsh to say, but that's what's coming through here. So that photograph and the title, do they get along? Not really. There's all this undercurrents here of resentment. There's resentment, and there's Charles is resenting his own son because he's more popular than he is. I'm going to finish it there, guys. Thank you for coming live, and a little bit different there. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. So I can't see your comments here, but looking at this, it's the fact how ridiculous that Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate are going to replace, are trying to replace Meghan and Harry. How ridiculous is that? And analysing that photograph, I've actually got this photograph in front of me. Look, and I'm looking at this photograph as I'm talking to you, and analysing this photograph, it's fake. Charles looks like he's just had enough. and he's walking on ahead in front, like he's the leader, he's the next king. And Kate and William look totally uncomfortable, and Camilla looks like she's lost here in space. So I don't feel that there's any kind of closeness there between that family at all. I just feel they don't know how to love. Apart from Kate, William, they don't know how to love, and Harry's run away to try to find that love. So I'm just having a look for your comments here, so just bear with me. I know this is live, and so make your comments there in the comments section while I find your chat here. No, I've not found it. It's coming up with somebody else, and I don't know why. Odd. Anyway, possibly it doesn't want me to find it. Yeah, got it here. So I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I'm just going to have a look at your chat here. Let's have a look here. Thank you for coming. Hello, everyone. And okay, so yeah, so anyway, let's have a look at your comments, see if I can choose a comment. So I get here, yeah, so there's lots of narcissism in the royal family, as you've said. So thank you for your live comments there. But please, if you're not live, please put your comments down below in the comments section, and please be nice, please be kind, and because this is a tarot reading and it is an intuitive energy reading, we must see this as entertainment, and please see it that way. So thank you for joining us, guys, and I'm going to call it a night now. Thank you, and bye for now.